Should I be on screen or no?
I think we both should. I think that is more important to have us both on.
Oh, sorry. Read.
Restream.io. Might have to invite you to this. Here, just click this.
Oh, actually, the girl shared with me.
Yeah.
I know it's Zoom, but she was like, and she just invited me back. For a second.
Cool.
Yeah, that seems like.
I sent you a link. No, I just texted you.
You remember
Should I change it?
We should be on mute for this, right?
No, I think we both need to be. On. We just turn our down. Keep your microphone on. Put audio down, so that it doesn't.
I'm gonna go. You could drag.
That's what I'm doing.
Oh, I'm also backstage still.
Oh. Okay. We are live streaming again, day 2 here with Skelly V. Coming at you live from Boulder, Colorado.
Good morning, man.
Good morning. Wonder where that sound came from.
On the TV.
On the TV. Should we turn that down?
Okay.
All right, so we are working again on this rapid prototyping concept to build a course on Udemy. And so yesterday was our first day talking about it and figuring out what tools to use to start to build this outline. So first things first, building a course, we want to get an outline together to understand what's going to be in the course, how it's going to flow. Basically going to create chapters that cover a certain concept and topics. And so we were trying to do that in Drupal, in V7. It wasn't quite exactly what we needed, I think, at least for me as the non-tech person of the group. So now we are in Google Sheets and just sort of putting together, the content, chapters with concept, and then topics, perhaps. I'll put that here. Yeah.
I got excited this morning first thing because I was watching a really talented YouTuber named Brad Traversy do his Laravel 9 in 2022 in 4 hours, and I really like his teaching style. It really fits well with my learning style. And by watching him do what he's doing, I had the idea that it needs to be challenged because the time it took to do things in this very supported, elegant framework just seemed like exactly what I was trying to escape from what I talked about yesterday, which is the crud of it all.
Scaffolding, as you were
I
calling
use
it.
the word crud because our developer friends are going to know that means create, update, and delete.
Mm.
And when you're creating an entity, you have all those functionalities around them, but in D7 it's already thought out and done. And so I just pretty hot on the idea of getting that video out, and so I'm gonna start working on that today, I'm sure.
Yes, we're using Restream.io for this streaming capabilities, and we're testing out Loom, the product Loom.com, for the one-off independent videos, because Loom is all about asynchronous video, being able to communicate with your team synchronously through video content.
And it's self-created.
Yeah, you get the video and then create a link, and you can just share the link, and it's pretty well contained like that.
Yeah, it's cool to see. Now we have, we're just kind of working with tools that come up that are recommended or that we know, and it really makes sense to go bottom up. We don't, as we seem to need something, we can find the appropriate new tool, and we're not bound by structures that companies are bound by. We can just try things out. That's always fun. It's saying something there, yeah.
Connection issue.
So back to you were saying structuring the course. What's a good way to do that? I mean, here we have. I thought it was a great question that we started from yesterday, which is, what is this person? What is our ideal student coming out with? I feel like we're asking the right questions for sure.
Yeah, I think we can. Let's see. Create a tab. Start a tab here about our target audience. So begin to establish who this course is meant for.
Sure. Yeah, we did start that conversation yesterday too. I guess the range is a little bit wide so far, so we still have to narrow in, I guess. So, but one particular one, I think, was the PHP developer suffering from not having a framework to rely on. It's like you jump in, you want to help people, and then boom, 90% of the job is dealing with the craft.
Yeah, so first we were thinking about, would this be for the absolute beginner to Drupal and PHP? And I think we landed on not pursuing that, and rather pursuing somebody who's already familiar with PHP, has already experienced that pain of having to build the whole scaffolding from the ground up, and recognizing that when the project is too small to really warrant that, right? That they want to get to something quick, to be able to output quickly, to be able to show to a client quickly a visual representation of what the project will be, that PHP does not lend itself well to that, but Drupal 7 does. And so landing more onto the main topic of rapid prototyping and why D7 is, in your opinion, the best tool for rapid prototyping.
Yeah. I mean, all those sentiments for real.
Yeah.
It's you really want to be able to, as close as possible, move at the speed of thought in terms of the person you're sitting next to, right? They have this idea, like this morning's idea, right? You said, well, I need to be able to manage it in XYZ way. So that's a perfect example where let's sit down, spec that out, try to think ahead on it a little bit, and then we can go in and build it after having thought about it for a moment. And so those are the kind of ways that you can approach project work. And if you like to bounce around, and you really do have to make a quick impression, that you understand the concept someone's getting at, and you can help them kind of draw it out somewhat and improve it from there quickly. That again is the whole point. You want to be as close as possible, as fast as possible to the concept coming out of someone else's head. I'm not perfect at it myself, but I think that when you do that correctly, you have at least a first answer on the table that can then be reviewed and critiqued and improved upon. Until then, it's really hard to think ahead. That's what the best part about prototyping is. You can actually say, "Is this what you mean? Is it supposed to work this way? Did I get it close?" And it really avoids the down the line issues, like you were saying about waterfall. I remember you mentioned that once. This kind of iterative process, especially in the beginning, where you have a person who's trying to get an idea out of their heads, you can be that bridge, be that pen, that paintbrush for someone's ideas. Yeah. While Skelly's researching, I'll say that I do like the idea of starting from a point where someone is already a decent programmer and wants to make the most of of a consulting career, a privately held company, a freelancer. I don't know how you want to call it, but someone who wants to go solo on their ninja mode and just go out and tackle these jobs, and whether local or going wherever they want. There's certainly always going to be a need for programmers to bridge the gap between an idea someone has and putting it down in logic. My journey brought me here to a mountain, so you could really go wherever you want with it.
Mountain?
Right here, I live next to a mountain. Exactly where I needed to be. And it's fantastic. I'm happy to be here.
Still just happy to be here.
Yeah. So yeah.
So let's talk about the outline here. Are you on this spreadsheet?
Very well could be.
Thanks. December 22. Because the first few chapters can be short. This first chapter of like prototyping tools available, Laravel, PHP, maybe there's one or two more. Yeah. That can just be a quick hit. Like,
could that be discussion based, or you want to show how, like, compare them literally?
I think it's the starting point to recognize that there are a number of tools available.
Mm-hmm.
And the whole point of this course is you're making this pitch that Drupal 7 is the best one for the job. So you're just gonna, I would think, just mention what's out there, what they're capable of, but then also why they're not the one you would recommend.
Right. Yeah, a lot of these other systems are way elegant and interesting and do things in clever ways, of course. Yeah. Each of them is, and a lot of rapid development tools, the efficacy of them is dependent on the person's passion for it, and finding the tool that fits you well.
I think that's copy right there.
Okay. Yeah. I think that a lot of developers will agree that they're always in search for their perfect fit glove, their perfect tool belt.
Right.
And PHP is wonderful. It's just all the things. There's not like, it's how to do anything at its core. Drupal, basically what it does is encapsulates a lot of functionality into a single function where you can do things like have incoming data be automatically cleaned. You don't have to know how exactly. The Drupal API is basically another level on top of PHP that gives you a lot of functionality out of the box. And on top of that, it's also a CMS. And the CMS aspect means it gives you the whole interface, at least a scaffold of an interface right out of the box with basic concepts already built in: taxonomy, content types, users, menus, things that are just always going to be used. You're always going to need something for that. And so it has all that packaged into the CMS aspect. Even if you don't use the CMS parts, which sounds crazy because most people who get Drupal understand it as a CMS, but even if you just use it as a framework, meaning as a development tool to build something completely different and not CMS related, it's still a powerful tool that way. And right out of the box, like I said, file system, things that there's an e-commerce system called Magento out there, and each system does something really cool, of course. They figured out some interesting way to overlay products and product pages and all that, but they didn't have any focus whatsoever on a real file system. So those kind of things are really mature even in Drupal 7, whereas you can count on the fact that you can create an entity without building out the CRUD functionality. I just watched that video, like I said, and of the 4 hours of the video, I'm certain that 3 of the hours were the idea of the site was they were creating these gigs, listing content. Just to create the listing, to edit the listing, to delete the listing, to show a page of listings, it took 3 hours. And for the simplicity of that functionality itself in D7, I should really just whip it up right now, Actually, I'll just share a screen of all the same and do it. Are unable to using the permissions. That's why we stopped yesterday.
What's that?
I'm unable to share my screen with the software. I don't exactly continue. Manage. I think I set it to always allow everything for this restream. But
I was just thinking while you were talking, I had a couple webcams that could be useful to put one just over here that captures the whole room.
Yeah.
Because then that would free you up to be able to record a loom
independently and show it.
I just don't remember what I did with them. I've left them here.
There is another small option. We can zoom together. Zooming allows us to do almost everything. Zoom.
But you wouldn't be able to zoom and loom at the same time, would you? Right, because Zoom would already be using your camera.
Yeah.
So is that?
But Zoom lets you screen share just fine.
Screen share. Mm-hmm.
And if it's being recorded on the Zoom, then it's just as valid, right?
Mm-hmm.
That'd be a good answer.
Yeah. The issue I'm highlighting is if we want you to be recording
an actual course item
content while we're doing this.
Yeah, I hear you there. This would be so simple that whipping it up would be just a 2 minute thing. Like I wouldn't waste. I wouldn't like if we were going to elaborate on doing the course one. But this was, I was hoping that in the context of the conversation, watch this in 2 minutes, whip up what he did in 3 hours in 2 minutes, um, because I thought that would be contextual to what I just said. But I don't need to do it right now. It'll be in the course. With Drupal, I'll just say it quickly. And Drupal 7 is completely built in to create a new kind of content type called a listing. And in the interface, create those fields, including their validation. I mean, their type, how the widget should be on the form, and everything. And you just click save once, and it's all that edit, delete. It's all built in right there. You know, that stuff is already done. The fourth hour, about a half hour of it was user authentication and having users be able to log in and such on your website, and that of course is built in. There's literally nothing to do.
Yeah, I think it would be useful of our time though for you, like, because we're starting to get towards actual content, that it makes sense for you to record it, you know, as if it were the course material, right? And then we can start to.
Let me make that list then, since what we can do is at least discuss it and
And
write
you can
down the
always
ones.
hop off this,
Oh,
do it on there. You know, I can keep this going.
and then get it, and then pass the link to you, and we can broadcast that, right?
No, it's just like,
Yeah, because it's a video link.
well, yeah, we could do that, but we could also just, this will be the stream, we'll keep going. And then
I can jump on and off.
yeah, you can jump out and jump back in
as I need to record, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so maybe I could even just turn off the camera even
possibly
on the app. Maybe not though. Okay, well, let me jump off and on. Oh, you want to put on pause?
I don't know. I was gonna put my computer up here and just face it this way and just do it.
All right, I'm gonna leave.
Eventually, we might want your computer to be the one that casts because it's a stronger computer. Yeah, it's the 15. It's newer. You got their hardware in there.
Oh, good morning. We were just discussing our podcast, Brad Traversi's Laravel 9 and 22 video, which I love. I love his style of teaching, and I really appreciate understanding the mechanics of Laravel. The YouTube video is really useful to me. That said, of the 4 hours going through all those mechanics, in D7, the first 3 hours of just scaffolding and listing for the website was a lot, and there was a few things that were very not obvious about Laravel that, like, hey, it just works this way. I appreciate that. You know, it is what it is. But if I was going to create a listing the same way he did, I can put a video if I need to. But in Drupal 7, create a content type called listing in the interface. Of course, there's a title built into the entity here. And I can adjust things, you know, for defaulted to publish, defaulted to not necessarily show. Yeah, so now we have a listing type. We can manage fields. I'll jump over to first. I went from scratch, 4 hours. I loved it. And I'm gonna So if I get into it, it looks like the photos building up the forms, title, description, tags. Tags are actually interesting in people study, but we already have a body that's good enough. Modify the description, right? And tags field here. So looks like we don't yet have like some call tags. We'll see about that field. Yeah, that should be just enough. Of course, we want to modify that field and specify that there's a limited amount. I think, as it is, the field's already required. I believe Brad had the description field required as well. So, website, the field, that's just a text field. And I don't need all type of characters. But, let's drop in a company name quickly while I'm trying to do it. Company logo, that should be different. You know, that's what I want that one for sure. In our case, we have a logo, and we have false image field even. Mine, we want for fun, and we want it to be single. There's also image cache involved. We have automatic chopping up of the images to particular. To post here, we have title, job location. Interesting. Location. False to 255 for obvious reasons. We have description of the company logo, tag, location, title, and name. Now, if I had companies, and actually just reference to this whole thing is about. I created the content type similar to the migration up front, creating a and listing is all listings, single listings, and then eventually we create in Drupal 7, all that is ready to box. We have all the fields with their appropriate types and all that. Looks like I got the order wrong, so I'll just go in and manage the fields. I don't know which order is best, but company location, sure, something like that. And yeah, like I said, you can click listing test 1111 required a description. Tags like Drupal type thing. And the company name over Rapids location over Seal. We have a custom logo. That's not my face. Very cool. Face. Email. Gmail.com. Here's the listing. That's some functionality too when you create them. But actually have a view here. Passive image, of course. How do you fix stuff like listing and manage the display? Of course. Where you go and specify that the image will actually just be the medium-sized one. So go back to our view reasonable size image. You can things. You can obviously edit it, and within the edit, you can delete it. And all of that was functionality that I saw demonstrated, and just thought how great to do it so much better. 7. We have a content management cycle of things you created. Of course, you can edit from here. You can change the status of things. And more importantly, we created a listing. It already has templating built in. You can mess with theme, it'll cover everything. Work within this type of listing. And everything ready to go. So that was my demonstration of creating a listing with all the Drupal 7. Looks like it took about 10 minutes. Thanks, everyone. I'm going to pass this over. This latest tool. Fields. On. It's like I'm backstage for a moment. Be right back.
Looks like the stream. Looks like the stream failed. So paused on TV.
I just sent you the little.
Yep. Oh, I'm still there. Okay.
Oh yeah.
Out there.
Mozzarella balls with
Balsamic.
garlic and oil. Delicious.
Nice little snack.
Breakfast. Did I get them? Oh, good, right? What's going on? Can you make me now backstage?
Oh. I suppose. Funny. Started over there.
You're on the mic with Mike.
Yeah, Mike's going wicked slow now.
Oh, okay. Well, you can disconnect from that.
Makes sense.
So you don't think it was just joking.
True.
You plugged in?
No, but I have enough power right now.
All right, well, we're here. That's definitely true.
Pulling up your loom here.
I'm on mute, but we're here.
We were just discussing on our morning podcast Brad Traversi's Laravel 9.2 video, which I loved. I love his style of teaching. I really appreciate understanding the mechanics of Laravel, and so it was really useful to me.
Shut up over there.
Going through all those mechanics. In V7, that was the first 3 hours of just scaffolding and listing for the Power Gigs website was a lot. And there was a few things that were very not obvious about Laravel that were kind of like, hey, it just works this way. And I appreciate that, it is what it is. But if I was going to create a listing the same way he did,
Well, I like the transcript.
if I can remember it, I can pull up the video if I need to. But in Drupal 7, you create a content type called
I like this
in
loom.
the interface.
How it shows.
Of
You
course,
and
there's a
your
title
screen
built
same
into
time.
the entity here. And I can adjust things, for defaulted to publish, defaulted to not necessarily show anything. Yeah, so now we have a listing type. We can manage fields. I'll jump over to you to traversing Laravel from scratch, 4 hours. I loved it. And I'm going to do 1 and skip the other, right? 4, 3, 2, 1. Thank you, YouTube, for sharing that. So if I get into it, it looked like before always building out the form, there's title, description, tags.
How'd you feel about this video you made?
Oh, good. Comfortable with myself. It would be cool if it would be great.
Okay.
It would be great if you thought that the room needed to look a certain way, or if I need to project a certain way, I'm into it. But overall, the content and my feeling on the matter is pretty strong, as you could tell. The thing I saw versus the thing I wanted to show, I think came out right. It's a 10-minute video there. Go ahead.
I'm going to copy this link and put it into the Google Sheet there.
Okay.
And so was this basically like chapter 1 of, you were talking about Laravel and
I don't know where it fits in, but while watching that video this morning,
what do
I
you
couldn't help
say?
but try and show the world, like, what are we doing here? Like, the computers already know a bunch of stuff, and we're starting from scratch again. And not only that, but wiring things up in such a intricate manner lends itself to, human error. And I love the approach that the community took when this product came out originally all those years ago. It was like, let's make one thing really good so that we can each do well at our jobs and have an easier time. That was the philosophy. And so when someone would create a piece of functionality at their job, they would package it up with a little extra effort, put it out for the community to be able to use in an abstracted, generic way, and thereby being, giving everyone a little bit more power at their own jobs, a little more better tools at their disposal. So it really came down to, I think the approach is so different. It was like, why would I want to wire things up that I don't need to? In fact, there's some very complicated core logic and functionality in the code base. And the way they've exposed it for you to be able to tap in with these hooks, and I think I was describing that, and it's definitely going to be in the course, but hooks are just little holes left open by a developer to say, in here, you can inject what you need to do. That is sprinkled throughout the system. It's so extensible because of that. And so when people write modules, they can actually write modules that affect core code so that when pages are being built, when functionality is being run, it can rely on those kind of, in that injected code running perfectly every time as well. I thought it was just really clever, and not a lot of systems use hooks that way.
So
Yeah.
would you say, I mean, was that an opening video of the course?
I think we were comparing rapid prototyping platforms this morning we were talking about, and my mind definitely gravitated in that direction.
Mm-hmm.
And if you love technology, then these videos are porn. I mean, honestly. But they don't lend themselves to really just listening to someone modeling the type of entity and then building a workflow for that entity. It definitely is not that. And if you're trying to solve problems, you have to be thinking about modeling entities very quickly and having all the validation and the frames and the screens and you do not need to be recreating edit screens, update screens for an entity. That's took a half hour to show off those pieces of functionality in the video, and it just goes to prove the point as far as I'm concerned.
I think the first video.
I don't want to come at this guy like this either. I'm just kind of bouncing off of it. I hope that's not, hope that's understood.
I think the first video, the very first video of the course should be like an opening.
Okay.
A little opening speech where you say hello, who you are, and just what students are going to learn in this course.
Can we practice right now?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Hello, my name is Steve Epner, and this is the rapid prototyping course. The tools we'll be using are a PHP framework called D7, and we'll be running D7 on a platform called Pantheon. And what we hope is that you'll learn how to develop your ideas and be able to show them and build them very quickly, to get the thought out of your head or someone else's head and be able to present a prototype that actually works as intended. Um, I think that a lot of the communication issues that happen when people are discussing and building things together, business systems especially, it comes down to not really knowing, can't see, can't not the ability, not being able to see that far ahead, and that's where these prototypes really come in handy. Everyone can get on the same page. Everyone can clarify what they intended together in smaller steps, in more iterative ways. And by the end of this, I'm hoping, like me, you'll feel comfortable and confident using a PHP-based framework that can help you go solve problems in the world. It has freed me up in many ways to be able to live the life I want. And I still am passionate about building applications that solve problems. So if that's you and you'd like to jump on board, we have the course for you right here. I feel good about it. You could probably edit it from there.
Yeah, I'd say go ahead and record.
Was that not recorded?
Oh, at the Loom, yeah.
Oh, I just need to keep practicing that. I don't feel ready for that yet.
I think you might as well just record each version and then.
But these are being saved too, right?
Yeah, it'll be saved. I mean, you might be able to go in and you would have to download the video and then use a tool to cut that particular piece out.
I'll try. Let me see.
There are tools.
I can actually Loom on top of this. Apparently.
Oh.
Let's try that out. Let me set this aside. All right, what are we trying to solve here?
Yeah, I would just do that again of saying like, hi, I'm Zvi. I'm a programmer. I've been working with these platforms for a number of years. This is what the course is going to be about. You know, for those of you who are already in the industry and you've exactly like the target market we were just talking about, right?
Yeah.
For those of you who have suffered through building the scaffolding, etc. This course is going to show you a better way to prototype.
We have to write this down. I can't remember all that. You said a lot of things. Did you,
just try whatever feels relevant to that.
I like that part where you were like, you know, basically you get to the middle and you're like, look, I was not sure if I wanted to keep doing it because of, you know, all the extra work that came in without being able to just jump in and work.
Yeah.
I should be recording instead of saying this out loud, right?
Yeah, just restart the loop. Yep.
Hey, I'm gonna try and do some looming here.
Hey, Zvi.
It's for some reason it stopped allowing me to zoom bigger. Okay.
There you go. Hey, bud, looking good.
Thank you. It's imperfect at the moment. Here we go. Hey, so this is the intro to rapid prototyping course. We hope you'll learn how to solve real-world problems using a PHP development framework called D7, Drupal 7.
I think you should start the beginning of, hey, I'm Zvi. I'm a developer. Been doing this for 20 years.
Specializing in,
And like you were just saying, and at one point, I wasn't sure if I wanted to keep doing this because...
Yeah, okay, perfect. So I'll set up the first part, a little bit of bio, you said? And then jump into that?
Yeah, just a quick bio, and then like the reason why you're into
I'm going to let it keep rolling, though.
Yeah, okay. And then why you want to share this with the world now. Yeah. If you're a developer who has also experienced the pain of blah, blah, blah.
Yeah. Hi, my name is Zvi Epner, a longtime web app developer. I started doing HTML, CSS, and JavaScript about 20 years ago, probably more, and always loved it. I feel really fortunate to have fallen into such a great career in engineering. I worked at amazing companies while consulting in New York City for all these years. And, there was a moment though where I was in Tucson, Arizona, and I thought to myself, the demands of building applications are too great unless you have sort of corporate environment to protect you and give you the time and space to actually build something out. Um, that's the only time it's worth it. If you want to be able to create and whip up little applications and have all that power available to you, you really need a strong framework. PHP is super powerful, but it's all up to you. It's just all the parts. Uh, when I found Drupal 7, Drupal 6, really, Drupal 7, it really felt empowering to me. I had a stronger, more stable tool belt. And more than anything else, it allowed me to sit in conversations and set aside all of the technology and really listen to the issues at hand, the things that we're trying to solve, workflows that existed or that need to be improved or streamlined. And it really changed the way I consulted. Instead of being worried about the 90% of cruft that I would have to perform just to get the project in shape with entities and models and database architecture and common functionality, just bringing everything together took so much effort. And it wasn't really worth it for smaller projects. And now with D7, uh, which is a very old technology, and you should be asking yourself, why is this guy talking about it? The fact is, it gave me the ability to just jump in, model entities quickly, create workflows around these entities, and really have everything mostly taken care of, especially with the content model. I just, um, whenever I watch rapid prototyping videos on YouTube, I can't believe how much time is spent scaffolding entities, building, whether it's a listing or whether it's an order. The time spent really building it is is negligible in Drupal 7. And all of the CRUD screens, as we call them, the create, update, and delete screens, are already built in as well, along with some basic functionality. And so, um, my hope for you is that you can have the power that I feel right now to be able to go out and really solve things. It's an amazing feeling to know you can rely on your tools and to have a stable tool belt. It's not for no reason that I have chosen very specifically D7 on Pantheon. I can easily spin things up. It comes with all the environments necessary for me to be able to quickly jump in. And there's nothing complicated about it. Um, there's lots of frameworks out there that love making it complicated. But when I want to jump in and really work with someone um, to develop a system that might help their business either save money or make money, you can be sure that I want a tool that's as fast as I can think with them and be able to. That sounds terrible. That's not really a sentence. Maybe I said a lot there. Hi, my name is Tzvi Epner, longtime PHP developer. I still have a passion for creating applications, and I'm here today to talk about a wonderful course we put together, which will help you learn all the basics of creating applications really quickly so you can solve real world problems. Um, Unfortunately, there was a time about 10 years ago where I almost gave up. I thought that PHP, as much power as I had to create anything I wanted, it just took so long to get the basics out of the way, the scaffolding of these applications. And once I found Drupal, I just felt really fortunate to be able to um, set aside all of that cruft and be able to just go in and solve problems. It changed me as a consultant. I was more able to just listen to the problems at hand and not sit there worrying about, oh my God, a mountain of scaffolding ahead of me. In addition, it's really flexible. You could change these elements much more quickly. It's all in the UI, and the validation's built in. The screens are all there, ready to go, templated. and it just leaves room for you to start building. And so, if you ever wanted to go around the world or stay local and just be able to look at problems and help companies solve uh, workflow, help automate workflows within companies. So if you ever wanted to go out and just solve problems as a programmer, it will always be necessary. Um, Go out there and finish up the. So we hope that you'll be able to go out there and have a tool you can really rely on to go solve uh, challenges in the real world. Hi, my name is Siepner, a longtime programmer. I still have a passion for programming PHP, but there was a time when I almost gave up. I found it to be really difficult to start every project with full scaffolding, building it completely from scratch each time. And when I found Drupal, really changed the game for me. It took away 90% of the work that a developer does not need to do every single time. It's a full framework library with lots of functionality built in and a CMS on top of that. You can model objects directly in the screen. You can also export them out into code. It's powerful and flexible, and it allows me to be the kind of consultant that just walks into a shop, starts figuring things out, and helps build solutions. So if that's what you'd like to do, if you like to go out in the world and solve problems, this would be a great course for you. Come on in.
Yeah, I think
That's a little shorter, right?
I think this one should be short. Your opening talk, right? If we think of it as the overall chapter's introduction, the very first thing of you just saying hi in your bio will be like a minute.
Okay.
And then from there, the next video will be like, what is rapid prototyping?
Yeah.
Why is it useful?
Yeah.
Hopefully
I'll get one just right here, and then we can trim it.
Okay.
Light it and whatever else.
And as you're doing that, I'm basically continuing to fill out this Google Sheet.
Sure, of course, yeah.
Right. So then, and then we're going to add the links, right, as we go. And so I think what we can do is continue just to build up everything in this sheet.
And then we'll have like the pile of assets.
Yeah, and then just upload all that to Udemy.
Oh, and then start playing with it in there.
Yeah, get it into the platform there. And then, in similar vein of rapid prototyping, right? That's kind of what we're doing here as well. This is rapid prototyping.
Yeah,
we're just building and going, iterating. Upload it, launch it, and then you can continue to upgrade the videos.
Right, just keep redoing it.
Yeah.
Until they're perfect.
Any ones that you feel like, could be improved.
Yeah. And chunking them so that it's easier to recreate if we need to.
Yeah, and I'm reading articles that are talking about, best practices and stuff. And so recommendations are your lesson should be a minimum of 2 minutes and a maximum of 10 minutes most of the time.
Yeah.
You want to use video as much as possible.
Sure.
Always have an intro and a conclusion for each chapter, probably.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Intro, yeah, of course. Makes sense.
This other thing here that people want a large and detailed course.
Yeah.
It's kind of antithetical to typical content on the internet because it's something people are paying for.
So they'll go in further for longer.
Yeah. And so they're saying like having a larger course, for example, 50 lectures and 10 hours of video content is better than a smaller course would say 5, 10 lectures and 2 hours of content. People just
seems more valuable.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's leave it there.
Yeah.
But also let's make it valuable and lots, because I do have a lot of things to say about each of these topics. So
great.
Why not?
Yeah.
Go all out.
Yeah.
All right. Let me change a little bit of the screen here, just the positioning, and I'll just shoot off another one or two of those.
Yeah.
And the lighting's funny for sure. But
Yeah, it sounds great.
maybe I'll do it over here. And then I'll all right, start again. Hello. Thank you, Loom and Restream, for your tool sets here. It's okay. Hello, my name is Spiepner. I'm a longtime web app developer. I have a deep passion for PHP. I learned it so many years ago, I would say in the early part of 2000s. And it's been amazing and always. Hello, my name is Spiepner, longtime web developer, specializing in PHP and MySQL applications. For a long time, I worked in media, and it was a lot of fun. I got to learn the tools pretty well. I enjoyed building platforms in the real estate space and in other industries. But in about 2009 or 2010, I was really frustrated and wondered if maybe programming wasn't for me. Um, I faced the challenge of dealing with custom PHP apps and not really having a framework to rely on. Everything had to be built from scratch, every form, every HTML type of thing, every database schema. Until one day I found Drupal, worked a job where they said, well, if you know PHP, we'll teach you Drupal. And I took them up on it, and it really revolutionized the way I work. From then on, I was really able to build a career where I was able to run around to a lot of different enterprise teams and help build projects together, and really get to know the ecosystem. Drupal 7 was incredibly supported, and so by the community. And so the course here is Drupal 7 rapid prototyping on the Pantheon hosting platform. And the reason that we're here and learning this is because you are the kind of person that wants to skip ahead and wants to know that about 90% of this of the app of the custom application realm is already taken care of for you. And the benefit of that is that you can go in, talk to clients, help solve problems, and start prototyping right away. So if you know that you'd like to adopt a framework that can really support you and take you to the next level, really mature, intricate web applications, especially if you're a back-end programmer that wants to facilitate some of these or be able to work with some of these really cool modern front-end frameworks. I know it sounds crazy and counterintuitive, but let's go back in time and start using Drupal 7, and I'll show you what kind of amazing framework it is for a PHP developer that hasn't had the luxury before. Let's jump in. That was interesting, huh? Hello, my name is Tzvi Epner, and I'll be helping host this course on rapid prototyping. If you're a developer that wants to learn how to build applications on the fly and make the most of it and help businesses save money, make money, and really create a flexible life for yourself, this is the course for you. I have been programming for PHP for about 20 years, and for a while there, it really worked well. I was working at bigger companies, and so it made sense to take the time to scaffold everything from scratch, like you might do with a custom PHP app. But it didn't really lend itself to rapid prototyping until I came back to New York and learned Drupal. on the job and quickly realized Drupal can work with 90% or so of the craft of the scaffolding that I didn't really think a person, that I didn't really want to have to deal with each time I started a project. Drupal gave me the power and flexibility to really jump in and start building. And so if you'd like to learn how to do that, this is the course for you. If you're ready, let's jump in. I'm okay with that one. I'll give it up to you. Is that good for now? Okay. See, that's good. That's called bio. Okay, we're back. Hey, Scully, what's going on?
Good job over there, V. Banging out some content.
Yeah, let's find another one. I'm gonna work today. Probably need somewhere exciting to be doing these videos, don't you think?
Somewhere exciting?
Someone exciting.
Oh.
I'm like way boring, man. When I speak on camera.
I'm deja vu.
What does that mean?
That this conversation feels familiar.
Oh, I said that yesterday?
No.
Oh.
Like in the deja vu past.
Oh, like I just feel like I drone. Like maybe it's a good ASMR video too.
If you're a developer that wants to learn how to build applications on the fly and make the most of it and help businesses save money, make money, and really create a flexible life for yourself, this is the course for you. I have been programming for PHP for about 20 years, and for a while there, it really worked well. I was working at bigger companies, and so it made sense to take the time to scaffold everything from scratch, like you can do with a custom PHP app. But it didn't really lend itself to rapid prototyping. I came back to New York.
You want to have like a background on your screen. It's like a.
Yeah.
Right now you have your desk with this Loom notification there, and your pictures and some files showing.
Yeah.
So you probably want to have just like generic background image.
Yeah. You can still see my screen now, right?
Yeah.
Order is on its way.
PHP developer position.
You could see my screen? Oh yeah, because I'm broadcasting to the TV. To Florida for the first 3 days and then remote. Jackson therapy.
Hey, a little Florida vacation, why not, huh?
This is too easy. All my calls in 10 minutes.
Yeah, your alarm, you want me to stop it?
Yes, thank you.
Do I have any? I need a professional headshot.
Maybe we can fuck around outside.
Yeah, that would be cool.
%100% remote. Laravel. See, everyone wants Laravel. I don't even want it.
You don't want that?
No. It's depending on the way they write it,
Another one.
the way they write the job, sometimes looks like Oh,
Spammy.
this is the same one.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's the same message. Looks like. But the way they write it, sometimes it's like we're gonna test the shit out of you and be really critical during the hiring process, and it's like fuck off if they're gonna do that. I'm not gonna work. I'm not gonna work at it. You know.
Yeah, sometimes they just do that to be like
controlling,
intimidating.
Yeah, I get it.
To come across as very serious.
Yeah, exactly. Go suck my dick. Oh, she's gonna call me on the phone in 8 minutes. Okay. So that's what's going on. Oh, I need to pause and turn this off.
Mm-hmm.
I'll take my call.
Let's see where it is.
I like this. It actually adds a little element to be recording our process. Even like first thing.
What does?
Feels really cool to be like recording this.
The restream?
Whole day.
Mm-hmm. It's like we're important or something.
Dude, I just sliced myself somehow.
What?
I don't even know where or how.
What the fuck?
I was just doing good.
Strange. The edge of your computer? That would be weird.
Maybe on the metal there. That's crazy. I didn't even feel that.
Fucking X-Men.
It's crazy.
Alright, well Zvi's gonna go. I'm talking to Restream. Zvi's gonna go have a job interview phone call. So let's wish him luck.
Yeah, there you go. All right, I can do this out loud too. I don't mind. My whole life is open.
Up to you on that one. I'm looking at jobs. It's just a scratch.
No, it's not like actually.
My phone, I definitely do like that measurement place like that. But also what I looked that up for you. Anyway, I have PTSD from buzzing in your pocket, and I just don't want it. And it's like actually stay like shaking. Yeah, I moved next to a mountain. That was the whole plan. So, where are you at? Where are you at? Where the company? Okay. So, Cool. So you rectify it like sounds good. Yeah, sure. I, I'm really young when working. I kind of skipped college and just read a few books on specifically dance music. And that's the tool. I didn't really have a lot at my disposal, but I learned that program ASP against access database. And really, I was just trying to create dynamic values for the page developer working on. And so I learned just early on these skills. Actually, a college website, Cambridge University. They had it out really early in the volcano website, and I did the course in 3 days. And then I got hired on by a guy doing wholesale hardware. I got store hours. And so then I worked in New York City. The realty advertising firm for yeah, by the way, I was the only back end developer.
Oh yeah, that's right. I'm still recording here, streaming. I am working on my resume.
So that was like my job.
While Z is on his phone call.
And then, I learned PHP. That really is the same thing I programmed. And so I was building custom PHP apps for a while. And then I got married in Tucson, Arizona, and I built websites for the convention visitor bureaus. And it hasn't been confusion. It was wacky and it was so cool that I got to go to that. I think that was today, I'm sure. Cold fusion. And it was popular for a bit. And then when I came back, I was really frustrated out there actually. I was building custom PHP apps and it took forever. It was really thick. And it was just painful. I was wondering if I still want to do it. I really moved quickly. You always had to code things from scratch. And so then I found a PHP framework to figure it out. I came back to New York, called Drupal. Drupal gave me all the flexibility I wanted. It was great. It really inspired me. And I still use it. And the framework that changed a lot, but you guys mentioned Laravel. Right? So Laravel now is going into the PHP framework, like Drupal. And actually, Laravel also has some dependencies on Symfony. And I don't have a ton of, maybe a year and a half worth of real experience a while back on Laravel. But I just did graduation stores at one time. And it feels very simple and easy, same thing as every other language. Our model using controllers. and the theme engine works very similar to everything else. So I don't have a lot of issues worth mentioning, but I do have a lot of PHP. Yes, and so that, and we'd be happy to get into it. But otherwise, I still really good rapid application for developer. I build out backend and some deeply needed databases. I worked at a company called Pantheon. So I really was taught the sort of deep down server positions at the entire web app stack. How security also for 2 years. Where I was promoted to be development manager. Back in that sites that. But really, not hundreds of those. We managed all of those. And just worked on a lot of very interesting challenges. I also separately worked on personnel. Worked with Accenture at one point as a consultant to work on discovery. Think about those websites and what they did and how it's affected. 5% websites that run on the same code. So, a good platform. At Code Theory, I helped build the NationalGeographic.com. In Colorado, I helped Colorado government, Colorado.gov, migrate all of the key documents, which is really technical. Yeah, stuff like that. I've tried a couple of times like my own business in a sense, but I really think that I need the infrastructure. Produce the back end. I'm sure you guys use something interesting front end framework. My most recent project is working very much. And the project is to smooth out, to take all the items that are brought in off the shelf. It's interesting because so a lot of the workflow of this app scanning in, scanning out. And the idea of the app is that it you have to check out LinkedIn, check out PHP-based application. Obviously, many people work on this application so that if you were someone sorting items, spread the load of where people work. big idea was there was about 4 pieces of software or more. Also, it's still required. So I integrated all the data so that everything would print out to the right printer. And actually, for the easy process generation. So basically, every step, and that process also handles hundreds of thousands. So in doing all this, we were able to increase their ability to send out more boxes. Ever written. There I was duplicate custom modules and also handle all the process, which means getting the application ready to push to deadline. So on top of that, we worked with a really strong front-end team that built these flashy and of course they built these cool the data it was using was from endpoints that yeah. Yeah, I should say Laravel and you. Those are interesting to me. I feel very comfortable with people other than that, I'm really good at Git. Really good at CSS.
Right now I'm on builtincolorado.com looking at jobs. Zayo Group is hiring for a number of positions. They're one of the largest employers in the state and Boulder. Senior analyst, financial reporting and consolidations. Interesting. Prepare the company's quarterly financial statements. CPA required. Dang.
Yeah, I got a pair of hook goods. Those shoes, I'm kind of half joking, but because they're so ugly. But the thing about them is that they really work. Like the trails have so many rocks, and I thought I had decent trail range because like people get beat up. So I went to the website and really I think my knee is actually really. These shoes, I really have a lot. It is a commercial break. Yeah.
I know my birthday's on Mother's Day. Sure.
The billing analyst role is a mission-critical role that directly affects customer satisfaction by providing an effortless experience to both internal and external customers. Creation of internal service orders to ensure accurate accounting and invoicing. Sounds hella boring. It's an hourly job. Nah. But this corporate development specialist sounds cool. Dude, you're ridiculous.
Do you think it's okay that I have strong experience with using frameworks? Yeah. Okay. Especially on the back end, I assume you can just view on the front. So interesting. That's encouraging here. I like that. questions? Okay, did the recruiter also is this contract? So I'm sure. Yeah, that sounds good. That was my last. Okay. That's
20 minutes.
20 minutes, that's all it was?
Yeah.
Good. For $175,000 a year job.
Damn. Tech fucking pays, man.
Especially now, because salaries will change now with the new money and the rising costs. It's like you can fuck around a little bit now too. I didn't even know what the range was, honestly.
Full time.
But they also were like, you can build things however you want, really. Also, like our CTO is all about that, CIO, whatever is all about that, like autonomy. And I'm like, it should be that way. You know, with microservices, the way they build things now, there's not like one thing, and everyone has to know how to use this one thing. Anyone could build a whole function just in one thing, and just as long as it communicates well,
right,
ins and outs, it could be standalone like that.
Yeah.
Anyway,
you're ridiculous, fucking smoking on the call.
Oh man, don't think of it that way. It's not like that, man. I'm not speaking trying to be silly.
No, but it is a little ridiculous.
Oh really? I don't know. I thought it was a great conversation. Also,
nice.
She told me, she was like, "You're going to talk the first part, and I'm going to talk the second part." So I was still on mute.
Yeah. I assumed you were on mute, but it was also just like this guy.
Smoke back and forth too.
I know.
During.
You're funny.
During is the thing, huh?
Yeah, that's a little more. Like, you're on
the
talk with a fucking recruiter, just like.
Sorry, what's that?
That is pretty hilarious.
I only do that in front of someone I knew. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to spread that. No one should really do that. I agree. I wouldn't recommend it. We're really doing this, huh? We're gonna have a course out pretty soon, huh?
Soon enough.
Yeah.
Should I make any of the videos? I mean, I don't know any of the actual content, but
My overall feeling about that question, as if you asked, was just that one time I thought to myself, wouldn't it be great to create an audio book called Programming for Truck Drivers? We would have to explain it plain enough in vocal language for someone to learn it and really know it. I think that's an amazing challenge in life, to be able to explain some simple terms.
Yeah, from technical content into layman's terms.
Right. See, like, let's say we're prototyping that thing you were discussing earlier, like, yo, this is cool to just move things around, but like I need it to do something else than that. Now that I'm using it, I need to do X, Y, and Z, right?
Mm-hmm.
So to prototype that, right? So you have to say to yourself first, okay, one, what can I do here? So for one thing, I said, the way I did it quick, I can create a view page. That's what I call it. And it's like a page that allows you to query, come up with a complex query, and the results of it are a list, of something. And so that's what you got to see, the list. And then you can do sorting, ordering, grouping a little bit, and all that shit. And so that's what I whipped up quickly and put that together, right? But if the spec actually is like a well-designed thing and inline editable, for example, I think there's a limitation. Like, you're gonna hit a wall trying to do inline editable on a term, which is what a tag is. So I would think to myself, oh shit, course topics have to be content now.
actual content.
Mm-hmm.
And so then it changes, you know, where I would have to have relationships and stuff, like what's my parent, all that. But if I did that correctly, then I come up with a screen that lays it all out the same way and then has the editable field. So there's always a way to do it.
Sure.
Like, there's a module called editable views that allows you to do that functionality. And then you say, oh, I did it that way. If I want to use that thing, I'm going to do it now. We'll do it that way.
Mm-hmm.
So sometimes that matters, sometimes it doesn't.
You know, you were mentioning a couple times the project you were doing out in California that you've just finished up the latest version of it.
Yeah.
And you wanted to show me what that looked like.
Sure.
I'll take a look at that.
Okay.
And then also maybe, yeah, we can go take a couple pictures outside real quick. I just want to add one to my resume.
Yeah, it's good color out there, brightness outside today, right?
I got a nice jacket from the thrift store not too long ago. I think would work well.
Am I still on screen?
And then, so are you basically
This is the paragraphs.
paragraphs now?
The document management thing.
Are you, and also are you basically over wanting to do anything in this warehouse management field?
I love it, and I definitely want the app to be in use. What I was going to do, maybe in the examples, what I was thinking, some of the examples in the
course
was to pull from there, regardless of everything else.
Okay.
But yeah, it's like ready. Here's the app itself. I wonder if they'll let me log into my own app. Got it.
Right.
No, I have a copy of it.
So on that last call, did you even get to talk about like who has the rights to the IP?
I asked questions, I didn't get satisfactory answers.
What were their responses? They take it offline.
Maybe I just. Doesn't matter. I have the. I was just trying to see if their version was up. I already pulled it over. Did I actually build it out though? Or did I just drop everything on?
So put your best face on everybody. Everybody come hang. Let's go out with a bang. Bang, bang, bang.
It's a little broke. This is the one I kind of was moving over. The one I had access to. So I don't know exactly, but it's like pieces are in the wrong place. But otherwise, this is it, right?
This is the newest version, or the one that was in
newest
production?
Disfigured. Newest style, but disfigured. It's
slightly broken.
Just visually. And when you punch in, you know, the items, that one's packed already, so that's exactly what it was supposed to say, you know. You
print things out from here. You got little elements, but if you punch in one out of the box there, and then it tells you, oh, it's a single item, so it just went directly to print out the item. Oh, there it goes, it fixed itself. Oh no.
Oh no, no, no. What's a song?
Oh no.
Oh no. What song is that? Oh no, no, no.
Anyway, it's like this, and then you scan items, and oh, this one's already done. But these are the items, the SKUs, you know, that are on the pack. Or like this table is not even necessary. The item itself, you're picking out this. This is the list of items in that wave, and yeah, basically that's how it works. If you have an item this is kind of more close to the wave always works. Closer. But if you have
so bin 20 has all those products in it.
yeah, see like bin 20 son?
Yeah,
Yeah, has 23 units and 23 orders, so that means they're all single items.
Mm-hmm.
So might not be the best one to work from. These are all sorted. These are all singles as well.
Same.
These weird. Yeah.
These are these are like live orders.
See, this orders 2 items, right? And it specifically didn't allow the pop up, but so this shoots out to the printer and says everything that's supposed to be on it, all the items in there, the SKUs and labels and everything.
Oh, that's so.
Yeah. Anyway, this is basically it. Give me time to fix up the UI. But this is the only screen I styled. But the new one, the other screens, I haven't gotten to yet.
What do they look like?
App scan still looks like this. You know, wouldn't take much to fix it up, but I still get to it. And then sort. Sort allows you to enter a wave. To find a wave I can use them. Let's see. You know, there's one item in this wave here. So I need to style the screen up some better. But yeah, I just have styling actually left to do. The rest of the functionality is good to go. In the original version, they won't show me, I don't think. I don't know if they see it anyway, because I'm not in it anymore.
Mm-hmm.
But,
Spelled Pantheon.
yeah, I keep getting This is my library. These are all your documents. You can edit it. If you edit a document, you can put in little variables, right? And then you can specify which paragraphs you're going to do. I haven't made one. So if you add a paragraph.
Yeah, I was wondering when you were gonna click that away.
So this is like test PG 2.1236 or something. So here, the tags. So now since I created that little partial there, now I can use it. I just made one called ABCEFG. And I save it down. And actually, if I go into this paragraph here, I can put in, something, some variable. Right. Save that. And then I go into the document, and I can create a new variable called some variable, and have it say, hello, Skelly. And then here, at the bottom of the paragraph, this one says some here, some variable, right? In paragraph. And then it gets parsed when it's put together into the document. That's I know it's not the craziest invention ever, but it is pretty cool. And yeah, that's the effect anyway.
And this tool is called Paragraphs?
Yeah.
From Pantheon?
No, it's not from Pantheon. I built it on Pantheon.
Gotcha.
This is the dev environment of my site. They're called Paragraphs.
Oh, you named the site Paragraphs?
Yes. And then I bought getparagraphs.com also. But, like I said, I'm trying to figure out, how to, lay it out right. And essentially here, you can create this document and you can create these little partials. Those are the two kinds of content that exists. The document has a title, some variables, the paragraph field, essentially, and then the paragraph itself has a body and tags field, basically, and a title. So that's how they come together. There's two paragraphs here because it's reading in paragraph 1, which is this guy here. You see in here it says full name.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That's why when it gets added in and it uses the full name together, it says graph Florida spot, which is, of course, just something I made up. That's the whole lot. I got to make it marketable and wonderful. All right. What else?
You ever been there?
No, music Catalina.
Mm-hmm. What OS are you on? Monterey. 2.1. I think 3.1 just came out. I'm on the same as you.
So in this, the background stuff.
So you got 16 gigs. I got 8. What's your processor? You're on the i7.
i7, yeah.
Mm-hmm. 6 core Intel.
16 gigs of memory.
2019. Mine's 2016.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So this is just the Catalina dynamic.
True.
Like it's built in. It's might be the default.
I knew it was the built-in default. It's just
it also color changes, based on the time of day.
Yeah.
That's the dynamic aspect of it.
Right.
That's crazy, right? So at night this looks dark.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure I have the same.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Oh no, I have different
when I first saw
dynamic.
it, I was like, wow, that's
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now,
I just turned it up a little.
up, no.
Just turned it up.
Up?
I was cold.
Up, really?
Yeah, it was at 70. I turned it down to 70 last night.
Okay.
Piss.
So I think that call went well. Let's see what happens.
Yeah.
It's kind of fun to have these calls anyway.
Yeah. What are you thinking about Sunday, given the weather's going to be shit?
I don't know shit.
Otherwise, how many people can fit in here? Oh yeah. No.
You didn't put yourself on the list, though, right?
I don't think so. I think I just accepted your invite. That's all I got. Yeah. Let's see.
The guy emailed me.
Yeah, I was never involved in that. I just
Why
got.
didn't I do it to you? Click on-
I never did. I just got your. Let's see, where is it? The ones I was doing were all meetup.com.
she asked some question like, what inspired, like, why do you think this would be a good fit or something like that? Like, I've said this more than once, but I was like, well, in my past, I've been lucky only once or twice to be part of teams where I just got to build things and it was really flowed and all that stuff. And I'm just looking for that again, which is great for recruiters.
Yeah, team player.
Yeah, he's like, more than anything, he would like to, like, not destroy, he would like to put the team together. Yeah. I love that shit.
Yep.
Then I go sit by myself. I tell Summer sometimes about the shenanigans I used to pull out at jobs when I was getting cynical towards the end. You sure? Sure.
It's definitely a woman's jacket
Oh, really?
because the buttons are on this side,
Oh,
and it's too small for me.
oh,
But
yeah.
I like it anyways.
Right. I like it open better, I think.
Oh, and a button just fell off.
Actually, I love it open. Oh, very nice. Oh, that little job in Florida, they sent back, they're like, what's your rate, hourly rate? And I used to say 115, 120 even. Now I'm like, I want to be a $75 an hour guy because I don't want it to be perceived as an expense. I want to slide in under the radar, do medium level work. I don't want to be the guy they count on forever, I just want to help that guy. For this kind of contract, anyway.
So I would think you're almost better saying 175, because then they're gonna use you sparingly, and you can just help that other guy who is.
But the consistent market, 75 pays more than 175.
Well, but you'd be working more.
Stop.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, about the hours. Yeah, I hear you there. I just always found those jobs easy too. Sometimes the job for me, cynically speaking, is just like, and that's the reason I don't really work in corporate, because I'm like, well, the way you pay doesn't incentivize a person to work better, actually. And so since it's not the case, I feel like strategically it always was like, it's better to have three $50 an hour jobs that are easy for you to do than the $150 an hour job, which is like, you're always worried about when they're going to use you and how to get rid of you. That's just what I found. And I can pretend to be a junior developer. And all that means is
Somebody else is responsible.
Check it after and stuff like that. I know it sounds funny, man, but
Less stress.
it's actually a good way to do it. It's like, here, I made this thing. Wow, you did it perfectly. That's great. Thank you. No problem. What else do you have?
Lower expectations.
That's it.
Mm-hmm.
There's plenty of money, too. 75 an hour. If it's consistent,
Yeah.
it's reliable that way. Go on forever.
Like $12,000 a month. Full time. That's pretty good. We've been on live stream.
Another job, the same recruiter, so you also have this one, the $299 you wanted also. $60 an hour.
We've been on stream for 2 hours and 10 minutes.
We're still on?
Uh-huh.
Oops. I don't think we said. I don't know, man. I'm looking at this, and half the things on it are like, seriously, for $60 an hour, you want someone to do unit testing and CI/CD pipelines, well, and Python and C#. Every language. They want every single language. And half of it sounds like backend, half of it sounds like front end. What does this even mean? Right there. Yeah, I was
Yeah.
Everyone could have just set me up on WhatsApp. Just, she said 75 is too high, then we want to pay 50. Should I take it?
Shit. Jesus Christ.
This is so fun. With trying to get contracts. You know what I mean? When I have to wake up 3 and 4 in the morning when I'm like really fresh in my mind. A little work shot.
Just popped on LinkedIn. The stripper I used to date is now a VC investor.
She really did spend it on her education.
Whoa. Yeah. She got an MBA from Columbia. Damn. And a BA from Columbia too.
Just more for us. No, Sunday is supposed to be nice, but
Oh, really? It
not
changed?
nice, but not bad. 70 high.
Really?
It says today is 50 high, 58. It's gonna be. That's pretty cool. It's gonna go up from here, a good 10 degrees now, more. And then
Okay, so
by
warm
Thursday
front's
it'll be
coming in.
68. And Friday,
Oh, look at that.
76. That's awesome.
It changed drastically.
Saturday 79. I'm really looking forward to that.
It was supposed to be like
I got to run
high of 50.
in Larkspur at 7 a.m. on Saturday morning.
Where's that?
Down south.
Oh, Larkspur. Yeah, yeah.
And then I think I told you I went 0 game. Was it like 12 or 1 again? And then
What was that, 2 or 3?
something like that. And then me and Sam are going to French 79 that night.
What's that?
This band I like.
Oh, nice. Oh, right.
And then my birthday's the next day. Fun.
You think you could send me the rest of that deposit?
Yeah, how much was it?
Like 1,100 or 1,070, something like that. It was half of the initial rent, which was like 2,150 or something. That would just help my cash position for the moment.
A lot of action on that Aqua show yesterday. Really?
Oh, yeah. I didn't look at it past that, but
Well, it's on this morning. I think it's crazy.
really.
It's like for 8 miles.
Seen all the creative jobs, right? That's Facebook group.
Oh, never go on Facebook.
Yeah. Check it out. So.
All right. Mm-hmm.
8 Mile. That's crazy. I've never 8 miles in my life.
Really? You're doing 6 miles.
Yeah. Okay, I guess I'm doing. That's too big.
Where is it?
Flagstaff.
Oh.
Look at this thing.
Yeah, you did a real number.
It's still running.
Yeah. Should I stop it?
Like I was. Should we regroup it all or?
I'm working on some LinkedIn stuff right now. I wouldn't mind some feedback on my resume if you like. No, not yet. If you had time for that.
Yeah, so hungry. That salad is so fresh. Maybe we should cook that now. Do it now. I like that you gotta have your stuff earlier.
Ouch. Really? I would maybe have a bite. I'd have a couple bites. You have pho?
What?
You want to get some?
Yeah, it's a tiny spot.
Which type of Mm-hmm. You want to instruct. Twins are normal.
I haven't been telling you every time, but I got up by at least 2 or 3 new recruiters today
Mm-hmm.
for jobs.
I'm jealous and happy for you.
Oh no, don't be jealous. I'm just saying it.
No, I'm just jealous because the
my
field you're
works.
in. Yeah.
Look at the format I did. The way it like, makes you not have to think as much.
You mean your resume?
Yeah.
But it's also just the field you're in.
For sure.
High demand. Taking a little Excel quiz right now.
What you're doing is in high demand, but it's not keyword dense like the way mine is. You know, where it's like, if he knows this, that is done. You know?
I'm not as in high demand. Because I'm like all over the place regarding like
But I think
business.
the
It's
thing
just
you
like
do is important and profitable. It's just
Yeah.
doesn't fit the same way.
Right. It's not as like just clear cut of like what you do
Yeah.
and bring to the table. Mm. Whoa. Top 5%. Ooh-wee.
I showed you over here where all your stuff.
Yeah, I looked through it all. Thank you. Yep. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Keep saying this, huh? Higher and higher.